Hey guys, I hope you're having a good evening. Hey, Scott Drexler's attorney, Todd Leventhal, made a comment to the Las Vegas Sun. He said, quote, I spoke with jurors and they had a lot of opinions on what they liked and didn't like. Leventhal said, they thought the government came in with too much evidence and they didn't believe all their witnesses, unquote. And that's my recent video that I put up. I talked about this filibuster that they did. These witnesses that came in said the same thing over and over. The prosecutor insisting on going over evidence over and over. And the stats that came back from the jury, Steve Stewart, Ricky Loveland, 10-2 for acquittal. There were two holdouts to have those two men acquitted. Eric Parker, 7-5 for acquittal. So almost split right down the middle. With all of the witnesses that the prosecution called, and Eric Parker being the only defendant to testify, for him to have a 7-5 acquittal is awesome. I mean, his testimony alone created that type of stat. Seven of those jurors believed him to five that believed the prosecution. Had the jury not been confused about the form, and they're talking about the jury instructions, they would have voted unanimously for not guilty on both the conspiracy charges. But remember, last week they came back with a question because there was a lot of double speak. They had two separate sets of instructions for the two conspiracy charges, and they contradicted each other. So the jury was, conflicted about that. Had it not been for the confusion, they would have come back and not guilty on the conspiracy charges. Another jury stat, the jury voted 10-2 for acquittal on both charges of the conspiracy. The two holdouts caused a hung jury on that charge. So Deb Jordan posted to Facebook, as she gets these stats, she will let us know. And once I see them on Facebook, I'll copy and paste them and I'll give you guys an update. But this is actually good news because the prosecution more than likely is going to attempt to retry these men. And the stats so far are really not in their favor. I think there's some redo that the defense can do, try to really get in their witnesses, and perhaps the patriots, the eyewitnesses that were out at the Bundy Ranch, will have more courage to step up, because if they are charged with any charges also, they will more than likely get a hung jury or be found not guilty too. So this is very promising for the defense if they are retried again. Perhaps there's a witness out there that is privy to some information, say some conversations that were not picked up on recording, but that this person did overhear, and this information that they overheard could help the defense in the next trial. If you have any information and you were an eyewitness to what happened out at the Bundy Ranch in April 2014, guys, this would be the time. When these guys get retried, if the defense or if the prosecution chooses to retry them, that would be the time to step up and let them know what you saw and heard to help these men get unanimous not guilty verdicts, and they can go home to their families. But so far the stats look real good. Prosecution did not do its job. That's the bottom line. So I hope you guys are having a good evening. I'll talk to you later.